Hello everyone, how's it going? Billy Ballgame here, back with another video. On this channel, I'm just a dude who loves to talk about baseball cards, and today's video, in my opinion, hopefully you all agree, is going to be action-packed. There's going to be a lot going on in this video. So, real quick, my last video about my kind of mini eBay rant is like almost at 5,000 views, and it's like a 4-day-old video. It's insane to me. So I've picked up like 50 new subscribers off of that video, and so thank you all very much for checking out the video. If you are new to the channel and a new subscriber, thank you for jumping on board. And if you've been around the channel for a while, thanks again for your continued support. I really appreciate it. So now I have like, I think 1,424 subscribers. So I'm closing in on the final stretch to 1,500. So thank you once again, everyone. I had no idea that that video was going to be as big as it is. There was no forethought. It was just, as with every video on this channel, it was just kind of a stream of consciousness. I had just gotten done on eBay and was a little bit frustrated. And you all heard my thoughts, raw and unfiltered. So today I'm going to show you what card I did end up picking up from eBay. But before that, I wanted to give a channel shout out. So this morning, a viewer of my channel had reached out to me and told me that he really enjoyed my videos and kind of told me his collecting story. And his collecting story reminded me a lot of my collecting story on how, you know, fairly recently he made the switch to vintage. He didn't have a broad hobby community where he lives, which is outside of Buffalo, and doesn't have a lot of friends that are involved in the hobby. And that was me before I met my buddy Chris from Missouri. And basically I told him that, you know, through Chris starting YouTube and Chris and I talking about YouTube and then me deciding to start a YouTube, like, I've got a whole world of friends in the hobby, local friends and friends spread all throughout the country. So I want to give a shout out to my new buddy, Jay, at Vintage Card Collector. He posted a video today. He's got 6 subscribers. So I'll put a link in the description. And if you would, please go check his channel out. He seems like he's kind of like me. He likes to collect a little bit of everything, and he's kind of all over the place. But I enjoy that in my own collecting. And so I look forward to seeing what the future of Jay's channel looks like. So thanks again, Jay, for reaching out to me, and welcome to the YouTube baseball card community. And then earlier today, I got back from my buddy Tom's house, and it's always a good time hanging out with Tom, going through Tom's cards. He had a bunch of cards that he picked up recently that I haven't seen yet. And every time I'm with Tom, I always end up picking up cards from him. And I picked up a couple cards today that I'm super happy to add to the collection. And as Tom always does, he gave me some great deals on them. And it's always a good time hanging out with Tom and going through his collection. He's got a tremendous collection and awesome cards, and it still amazes me the cards that he has as duplicates in his collection. So it's an amazing collection. So so first I picked up an 84 Topps Don Mattingly, again off my buddy Tom. A while ago I had pre-graded some cards for him to submit to SGC, and there were 3 Don Mattinglys in there, and I was like, man, these are really sharp. I want to say they're all 9s or better, but I know how tough SGC is with these, so I'll call them 8s or 8.5s, and then he got them all back as 9s. So I was pretty excited about that, and so was Tom. So I picked up one of these from him. And again, I'm happy to have it. So now my Don Mattingly that I have in the basement collection, or came out of the basement collection, when I get that graded, it's probably going to grade an 8 or an 8.5, and I can use that as card show or trade fodder. And then another card I picked up from Tom a while ago, I was down at his house and he had 3 complete sets of 89 score. And so he sent in a lot of the big rookies, the Barry Sanders and Deion Sanders and Michael Irvin and Derek Thomas. So a bunch of them. And he got, some of the grades he got on them were pretty tough, but in the Troy Aikman, he got a 10. And he also got a 9.5, which I now have in my collection. So I was a huge Cowboys fan in the early 90s. So Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Jay Novacek, Jay Johnson, Michael Irvin. I really enjoyed the Cowboys team from this era. And so these are huge cards to me from the air quotes junk wax era, because you never, at least where I grew up, I never found these. So this is the first one of these that I've ever owned. I have the Barry Sanders on my short list, as well as the other, big Hall of Fame rookie cards, the Michael Irvin. I love the Bo Jackson card out of this set. So I'm hoping to add a bunch of these in the future. So thanks again, Tom. I'm so happy to have these in my collection. And then, so like I said, I did buy, after my mini rant, or the cause of my mini rant about eBay, I did buy a card, and it came in, and I'm going to show it to you now. So I'm pretty sure I ordered it on the 15th of December, around there, and it was shipped. It went through eBay authentication, and then I picked it up yesterday, which was the day after Christmas. Today is Friday, the 27th of December. And so I bought this card. I'm going to put a link to his eBay store name in the description. But I bought this card off of Ronnie, with Vintage Card Nerd is the name of his store, off of eBay. And it was an amazing, simple, easy transaction. Like I said before, I had messaged him. He had the card listed for, I think it was $479.99. I had messaged him I wanted to be closer to $400. I'm kind of impatient, so I waited a few hours. He hadn't messaged me back, so I went ahead and sent him an offer for $400, and he accepted. I think he printed the shipping label that night and had it at the post office the next day. And then a few days later, it got to authentication, and then it moved through authentication pretty quickly. And this is only the second card that I've ever bought off of eBay that needed authentication. And so it was at authentication for a couple days, and then I got it, like I said, yesterday. So I think it was about 11 days altogether between shipping from him to authentication and then back to me. And this is a tremendous card that I'm super excited to have. As you all know, I was looking for a 92 Donruss Elite King Griffey Jr. and couldn't find one that was close enough, in my mind, to comps. And so I looked at a bunch of other cards that day, Ricky Henderson's rookie card being one of them. It was earlier that day. And then later that afternoon, I found out that he had passed. My buddy Justin at Go Crazy Card Collecting messaged me that Ricky Henderson had passed away. And I was like completely in shock, because Ricky Henderson was 65 years old. And every time you saw the dude on TV, it looked like he could still go out and steal bases. Like, just was in amazing condition and looked like a beast. at 65 years old. And so it's really unfortunate, and it hit me kind of hard that Ricky passed, especially just kind of out of the clear blue like that. So rest in peace, Ricky Henderson. But I also looked at several cards that day. I looked at Johnny Bench's rookie, as I mentioned in my last video. Looked at a Reggie Jackson rookie. I looked at 69 Topps, Nolan Ryan's. I spent quite a bit of time on eBay that day, and then this card that I bought just showed up based off of as a recommended card based off of my previous searches, and I'm super excited to have it. So this is what the boxes come in now. This is what the authentication looks like. And I didn't realize that this was the actual authentication packaging, so I was kind of rough on the box when I opened it, and it's kind of thrashed. But again, the process was very quick. And again, this is an amazing card that I'm happy to have in the collection. You guys know what this all looks like. You've seen this before. And then without further ado, here is the card. So 55 Bowman, Hankaaron, and this is a beauty. The glare is not going to work with me here. Let me hang on a second. Well, actually, I'll just go ahead and turn these lights on, and maybe that will help with the glare some. There we go. That's a little better. So this is just an amazing card for a 5. And at the time, I didn't realize it, and I sent Ronnie a message and asked him. I didn't realize it had the PWCC sticker on it. It didn't show in the pictures on his listing. And I was like, is this part of eBay authentication? Is this like a new thing that they do now when they authenticate cards? Because again, this is only my second one, and he said no, it was already on there. And I know these PWCC stickers are pretty divisive within the hobby. I don't mind them. They're not something that I actually look for. This is the first card with a PWCC sticker that I've ever bought. And again, I don't look for them. I would pay up for a card based off of eye appeal. And if it just so happened to have a PWCC sticker on it for eye appeal, then fine. But they're not something that I actively look for. But I'm super happy to add this to the collection. And so I know you guys, some of you don't like the authentication stickers on there. Me personally, it covers part of the text on the back of the card. But I'll probably leave it in this anyway, because I like to put sleeves on the slabs. So why would I take this one out of a sleeve just to put it in another one? So I'll leave it like this. So again, awesome card. Super happy to have it. Love the 55 Bowmans. They're just a time capsule to me of kind of pop culture in the 50s, because this is what a TV looked like back then. And so I think these are really cool. I'd like to add the Mays and the Mantle, and maybe eventually do a Hall of Fame player run from the 55 Bowman set. But just a huge fan of this card. Great eye appeal. It just jumped out at me off of eBay. So thank you, Ronnie, once again. I'm super happy to have this card. And then here is, so this is top 30% for eye appeal. So in the top 70 to 85% of cards for this grade, I guess is what that is. Again, I'm very indifferent about these. I wouldn't actively look for them, but I'm not opposed to them being on there either. So there it is. There was the big pickup that caused my eBay rant. And just an awesome card that I'm happy to have in the collection. So let's see. So thank you once again, Ronnie at Vintage Card Nerd on eBay. So I got grades popped today for my SGC submission. There's one card that I'm pretty kind of confused and curious about, but I want to get it in hand before I um, jump to any conclusions. But other than that one card, I was spot on all my grades. So I'm pretty happy to. I'm looking forward to having those come back and film the second part of the video, because I've already filmed the first part on the 8th of December. So it's been a while now. So I'll be happy to have it. Now, it says it's going to be back on the 31st of December, and we might be out of town on that time. So it may have to spend a couple days at the post office waiting for us to get back. So, again, just some really cool pickups today. Santa Claus did not bring me any baseball cards, but Santa Claus brought me this very cool 80s style pixelated King Griffey Jr. shirt. And I got a laptop, so I'm pretty excited to get the laptop fired up to see how the camera is on it, and I may start filming videos from my laptop. But yeah, so just had an awesome Christmas, had a whole lot of fun hanging out with Tom today, and picking up some more amazing cards for the collection. So again, thank you everyone for the support. So again, I'm at, I think, 1,400, and sorry, I keep wanting to get hiccups. I'm at, I think, 1,424 subscribers, so I'm on the drive to 1,500, I guess, and hopefully I can hit that before the summertime comes across. And again, I'll put a link to my new buddy Jay at Average Vintage Collector. I can't remember if that's all in the title, because he just shows up as my name or as his name on my when I'm in YouTube. So, but I'll link it. Please go check his channel out. So I hope you all had a Merry Christmas, and if I don't have another video out before New Year's, I hope you all have a Happy New Year. So I'll go ahead and wrap it up at that. So until the next one, I hope everybody has a good one, and I'll talk to you later.